A couple or not? I say yes. Look at this. People magazine. Everybody's talking about them. They're in love with each other, and America's in love with them, and I am thrilled to introduce them. Here are Maury, Povich, and Connie Chung, right here.
When Post said they make a premium Raisin Bran, I asked, what makes it premium? I like the answer. First, it's improved to taste even better. And of course, Post chooses only big, plump, select raisins, not these small ones. Plus, look closely. Each big flake has whole wheat and wheat bran for high fiber and great taste. I'd sure say that's premium. Post Raisin Bran. So good, Post should call it premium.
It's easier than ever to pour on the softness with my new bottle. It's no miss spout and no mess cap, make it a whole lot neater. Come on, pour on the softness with no miss, no mess. Try my new bottle today.
Father is not going to let me get my ears pierced.
Sunlight has real lemon juice. It cleans the toughest dishes easily. So easily, you almost don't have to be there. Sunlight with real lemon juice. We make light work of dishes.
As president of Schaefer & Sons, I've authorized Colton Piano & Organ to sell 600 new Schaefer & Son pianos and organs this week. Buy now and make no payments and pay no interest till January of next year. That's no payments and no interest till January of next year on any new Schaefer & Son Spinet Console Upright Grand, Homer Church organ, and the all-new compact disc player pianos. Buy now and make no payments and pay no interest till January of next year, only at Colton Piano & Organ Supermarts, the world's largest.
Disney Movie Tunes presents the first big-screen DuckTales movie. Your favorite heroes are taking off for treasure and landing in their biggest adventure ever. Only in theaters, it's DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, rated G. And also from Disney, it's The Jungle Book.
Freeze.
Walt Disney's magical musical classic is back, The Jungle Book, rated G, and DuckTales the movie, both playing separately. Summer vacation is almost over. Don't miss them. See them in theaters now.
You better believe it.
Join the fun every Sunday evening at the free summer concerts in Warner Park, Woodland Hills. Call 818-704-1358 for details.
And on the Donahue, first time they've ever been on television for an interview together. How's that for a trust? Now wait, you've been, well, in front of an audience. All right. See what I mean?
I feel a little I feel a little awkward.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. We're not used to working with audiences and bands and curtains.
Wait till you hear the question, boy. These audiences, I'm telling you.
Phil.
Well, let's talk here. Connie Chung, Maury, Povich, the People magazine cover story. Where do we begin? I'm crazy about your show.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
You did the hostages, and Peggy Say was grateful, including the dramatization. I watched every minute of it, and nobody else did.
Oh, Phil.
You came in last, Con.
I did? Are you sure?
Well, second last.
And he said he was going to throw a softball
wait
question.
a minute. This isn't a... Here's my point. Here's my point.
You didn't trust yourself. You said you came in last, and I said, we did. And you said, well, second last.
Well, I don't know, but, you know, speak to this, please. I'm saying I think it's wonderful what you're doing.
I'll say you missed a good show.
And Peggy, it did miss a good show. You had Jenko, Anderson, Weir.
Yes.
And I think they moved it forward because then it got on the front burner again with the State Department.
What we did was we looked at Terry Anderson's life in captivity. He's the American who's been held hostage in Lebanon longer than anyone else. And we took him day by day through his life in captivity. Thank you.
Peggy Say liked it.
His sister.
Terry's sister, who we should all have a sister like this. whose whole life, the family's lives are altered by this event. And what is media's responsibility? Along comes Connie Chung, prime time, wonderful job, all the loved ones of the hostages, including hostages ex-hostages, people who've been through this nightmare.
They were the ones who told us exactly what happened.
I know, but, you know, does the country give a damn? I mean, I don't think that's an unfair question to ask. You know, it didn't draw the crowd that we would think in a compassionate country that cares about the free speech and free press, all that stuff. I guess I'm saying there's some hypocrisy out there suggesting that, you know, all this drama about reenactment, for example. So what? The people know the difference, don't you think?
I think they do. I really do. I think the viewers know the difference.
But you're losing that war, kid. CBS is not going to do it anymore. They're embarrassed.
No, that's
or they
not
say
true.
they're sorry or something.
No, that's
or
not
we'll tell
true.
them. Tell
That's
me
not
this.
true. No, we're
Set him straight, Connie.
Yeah.
He's got bad info.
That's right.
He's got rumor, innuendo.
Right. Tell me. The dramatization continues.
We'll continue with them. Sure, absolutely. We'll put them on whenever we have a
Because
good
you feel this is another way to share information with people? And
Yeah, I don't think that there is no, you know, there are many different ways to do a story. And I think that we have found a way to do a story. It's just like there are many different ways to live. My goodness. I mean, look at this past week. Maury was in Berlin.
Yeah.
Doesn't it show you that there are many different ways to live?
It does show me. I'm out there doing my best.
To tell a story.
I'm doing my best. I'm saying hooray for current affair. Let's welcome them new source of information. Show them what you got. Listen to this. Watch this.
Piece of the rock. This is piece of the wall. Now, this means a lot. And I'll tell you why, because I'm looking over to my left in Berlin, and there's Rather, and I'm looking to my right, there's Jennings, and right there is Tom Brokaw, and here is a current affair, right?
Yeah. The trash television pioneer. All right.
But let me tell you something.
Go, you tell me, Maury. Go ahead.
There are a million personal, marvelous stories every single day for the last week. And I'm telling you, this show, A Current Affair, tells those personal stories better than anybody.
Perhaps Mr. Povich will answer the following question.
Wait a second.
I'm almost... Just take a second. Primetime Live, Diane Sawyer and Donaldson, a very insightful, well-done, professionally constructed inside look at this magnificent thing taking place in Germany, in Berlin. Low-rated, lowest-rated Primetime Live, I think, of any show they've done. Jennings and a special report did not burn the town down.
Connie anchored a special that did not do great.
So we got a lot of people running around saying, trash television, trash television. Then when you go and do it, nobody watches.
No, guess
what is this?
Guess what? We did it. Our ratings went down. But that's not to say it shouldn't be done.
And I'm not suggesting...
And if you have 5 million people watching it instead of the normal 10 million or 12 million you hope for, who cares? Look at what those 5 million are going to get. And we did it because that's our kind of story. The earthquake, the miracle survivors in the earthquake, and the Sioux City United Airlines disaster story, that's a current affair. Yeah. Those are the personal, intimate stories. We do them best. And we're not going to get good ratings, but we got to do them.
I'll tell you what gets you great ratings. When Jack Nicholson makes love, his hair stands on end. I saw it on Current Affair.
You did not, Bill.
Now, why no? Now, where's that reenactment, Povich? Come on, let's have some drama here and make this thing sit up and whistle Dixie.
Well, what happened was...
I want to know. I'm an inquiring mind. Come on, I'm a busy man.
Look at Connie. She wants to know.
Sure.
I didn't know.
I'll tell you what else.
The Witches of Eastwick. Didn't you see it stand on end in the Witches of Eastwick?
I got to show you this.
What?
You're not a jealous guy, are you? You're 50. It says it right here. Don't argue with the people. All right, I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
So you're past the, you got your girl here. You're crazy about it. It's a great marriage. It really looks good to me. I don't see anything.
It is good.
But I don't know. Marlo goes on the Letterman show.
Oh, Connie goes on the Letterman.
Well, if she did, though.
Oh.
I mean,
Letterman.
I want to show them. Wait a minute. My show says it right here. Watch this. Right. Watch this. Connie on Letterman.
Chung.
Now she comes out. There's a handshake. Nice little... Wait a minute. What is this? Hold it. Hold it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy cow. Maury,
He's the
Maury, I wouldn't let her out of the house.
He is. Now, I tell you.
Phil, how many seconds did I hug you when we were back
I
there?
did pretty good if you ask me.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Connie.
All right.
It is in the open. Letterman has had this thing for you ever since you came to NBC.
Yeah.
He calls me Morton Downey Jr. Calls me Morley Safer.
Yeah.
Morton Dean.
Yeah.
Don't step on the lines
Maury.
now. I got the tape, but I want to show you one more. One more. As a witness for the prosecution, I have no choice but to bring you the news as I know it. Roll the tape, more evidence. Letterman and Connie. I'm concerned, and I think you ought to be concerned. Now I just have one more, just to show you. These folks, now just hang on.
This is a mini-series.
It is. All right. We'll show you that. We'll show you that
No,
when
you
it's
can
ready.
say whenever
Well, you and here it is. Here it is. This is cute. Now they're together. Look at this. She's on Current Affairs.
David Letterman.
Oh, nothing, Maury.
What do you mean nothing?
No, absolutely.
Every time you go on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, we watch, we see. The guy belittles your husband, and he coos up to you.
Well, I asked my husband if he's bothered by the fact that David Letterman calls him Morley Safer and Morton Downey Jr. and Morton Dean, and says that he weighs 300 pounds, and calls him Andre the Giant. And my husband says, not to worry.
Not to worry? Now, can I tell you that I'm jealous of the people you've gotten to that I haven't gotten to?
Okay.
Shall I tell them all the stories you've stolen from me over the years?
Okay.
Can I ask you one thing before we go?
Yeah.
You want to go out to dinner tonight?
Okay.
Until next time, America.
Now what's not to love about that? Hey! We did it. We got it in. We got it in.
Very funny.
The great marriage. Okay. Yes, Maury's divorced. Yes, Maury has two grown daughters, one of whom just recently graduated from Harvard Law School. So,
right.
He's a lawyer.
Connie's one of 10 children, the only child born in this country. Your father took off when Chiang Kai-shek fell, etc. You know, what an imaginary line separates you from the rest of your siblings, but I don't know whether you feel it or think about it, or I'm asking.
No. Oh, you mean
yeah,
from
having been raised, surrounded by the English language, all that different cultural stuff. Tell me.
Because they were all born in China.
In China, yes. My parents were born in China. 4 of us sisters born in China. It's a funny thing. I always wanted to be born in China, too, so that I could be, just like them.
Yeah.
And so I used to tell people that I was born in China, and I just came over when I was 2, and that's why I don't have an accent and things like that. No, we're all here now, and they're all actually. You should meet them sometime, Phil. My sisters, they're just these marvelous, vivacious women. You know them, and they all actually they have all gotten into jobs that involve
One is a member of a board of education
she ran for
outside
office
of Orlando,
Osceola
Florida.
County.
Right.
Yeah, she's an elected official. Charlotte works at the State Department, she has to speak.
Her husband, one of the few Chinese admirals in the United States Navy.
Yeah. The girl is a teacher. She also speaks.
And her husband, one of the few Chinese generals in the United States Army. I mean, this is not chopped liver here.
Also works with computers, and she also teaches. So we all got into jobs.
Just so happens you're the more famous of the group.
Well, but I can't get a word in edgewise when we're together.
With your sisters.
Oh, Connie clams up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to believe.
Miscommunicate.
Hard to believe.
Just the way I am now with these two guys. I can't,
Maury Povich. Maury Povich's father is Shirley Povich, who is a sports columnist for the Washington Post, who has to be a tough guy with the name of Shirley. And also one of the most popular, most widely read, etc. You have a sister.
What did the kids used to say to you?
Yeah, what's your mother's name? George. I get that a lot.
So journalist, and listen, you've also paid your dues when you were married for several years before you lived together. No kidding.
Yeah. Right.
You were in Philadelphia. She was in L.A.
I was in Washington.
And I was in
Connie
New York.
was in New York. We used to meet on weekends. Before that, I was in Philadelphia when we were dating once in a while. That was a cross-country. Well, you know all this stuff.
I know lots of stuff. Let me just share some stuff here.
Let's talk about you.
Listen to this.
I know. Whenever,
Wait a minute, I don't have any...
whenever we have seen Phil and Marlo Thomas at events, right?
Yeah.
And the two of them start playing with each other, you know, saying, oh, you're wearing a dress, or you're doing things on this and that, and you start arguing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that stuff you did on the current affairs. Yeah, I saw your dress on.
I'm so embarrassed when I have to have my picture taken next to a trash TV guy.
Exactly, and that's what he starts
mud
saying,
wrestling, all that
things
stuff.
like that. And Marla Thomas and I look at each other and say, why don't we do that? And she says, because we're sisters, because we're bonded, we're not competitive, right?
Is that what she said?
Yes.
She probably did say that.
Yes.
Do you make more than him? You make more money than him.
More food? More pasta?
Moolah, yeah.
More spaghetti.
This is not a big thing with you, but you pardon me for being interested. 1.6 for you a year. I read it in the paper. Holy cow.
No.
That's not more than that?
Right.
It's not 1.6?
That's not right. No, Phil.
More.
Does he make more than I do?
Yes.
So we never talk about salary, but the answer to that question is yes.
Look at Povich. Look at this guy.
He didn't even hear.
Well, look, there was a time in our marriage. There was a time in my...
No, he does.
Oh, he makes more than you do.
Yes.
Well, there was a time in our marriage I made about one...
Boy, do I know. What is this like looking at an old movie for me?
1/5. 1/5
of what she made. Yeah. Well, you're hot, kid. Boy, you better be making a buck and a half.
The show's hot, and I'm along for the ride.
I'm telling you. Enjoy yourself. Now, it's time for you to turn green. Guess who? I got a tape here. Listen. Who did she interview? Marlon Brando is right. Roll the tape. I mean, who wouldn't kill for this? He's talking about apartheid in the first hand.
Decisions about cutting in the dry white season, which I think diminished the value of the picture, and they did not take into consideration the benefits that might befall people in Africa who are suffering terribly as a result of the policies of apartheid. I think they made a money decision.
I hear you complaining about this particular movie. Why don't you make your own movies? Because then you can do it exactly the way you want to do it.
You are making me really angry now.
Whoa.
Because I want to tell you in simple chapter and verse that I have tried to get on before the American public, before the world, a movie about the American Indians and the manner in which we committed as a country genocide upon those people. And I have been told to go take a flying, you-know-what, at a rolling donut.
Well, that wasn't exactly Shakespeare he wound up his answer with. Well, tell me, Miss Chung, what are your thoughts about? What a wonderful scoop. How'd you do this? Did my name come up at all during the...
Yes. He said he really wanted to talk to you, but he had to settle for me.
I guess he did. Tell me, how'd you work this out? This guy is cinematic royalty. Like, nobody's mysterious.
Yeah.
He also hasn't missed too many meals. So tell me your feelings, really. I mean, what happened?
Well, I worked on it for 13 years. I met him in 1976 once, He called up and he said, I was working in Los Angeles at the local station. He said, hello, this is Marlon Brando. And I thought, yeah, sure, and I'm Greta Garbo, And it just really sounded like him. And so we talked and talked and talked. I met him once in person. And then for 13 years, I got on the phone and I would try and get him to do an interview. And each time he would say no. Then when I came to CBS, and I knew I was doing this program on Saturday night, I began calling more often. And then I called him one night and said, it was a Sunday. And I said, would you do an interview? He wanted to talk about this particular movie. I knew that. As soon as I knew he wanted to talk about something in particular, I said, I'm flying out on Monday. I'll be there on Tuesday. I'll see you at 12:30. Bye. You can't give a person a chance to change their mind.
One time he called, and Connie wasn't home, and I was home, see? And I knew Connie had wanted to get this interview. So I said, look, Marlon, since you don't want to go on Connie's show.
You didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
You tried to steal it from your wife?
In a New York minute, I do that. So I said, now, look, if you don't want to go on her show, she's giving her best shot. Why don't you come on A Current Affair? And he said, Does your elevator stop at the top?
So how'd you find him? He doesn't come on he's a humorless guy.
Oh, no, quite the contrary, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
actually not. He was really charming. He brought the crew in, to his home. He wanted to sit down and talk. He wanted to get to know them.
all the crew members before they even did the interview.
Really?
Yeah, which was
so
very gracious.
There's a lot of
very gracious
humanity there then.
Absolutely. And called them. When I had arrived in Los Angeles, he called my hotel and said, do you think they'll want something to eat? How about some chicken,
Really?
some salad? And I said, don't got any trouble. It's okay. We're just going to come in and do the interview. And he had this marvelous spread so that when we were finished doing the interview, we sat down and
he
had a little
also
meal.
he wanted to know about how they were going to shoot him in the terms of the camera.
Oh, no.
Oh, he didn't care about that?
No. He never did
No
that.
vanity then, you don't?
No, he never asked this side or that side or anything like that.
We're only a little jealous, Connie. Okay, I want to show you a current affair piece here. This is something. This is funny.
What did we do now?
Oh, wait a minute. You're going to like this.
What did we do?
They send a Gorbachev lookalike to call on Donald Trump, and Trump bites. A current affair. Roll the tape.
Mikhail Gorbachev arrived today in the Big Apple, and that devil of ours, Gordon Elliott, took a Gorby lookalike around town. And when they stopped at the Trump Tower, well, even the great ones take a fall once in a while.
Great honor.
He's just come down very briefly. We were on our way. He wanted a couple of minutes.
I like your tie.
Right color.
Great honor.
Steve up.
Very nice.
I hope we didn't disturb your schedule.
No, it was beautiful, and I heard, and I couldn't have been happier. Very good. I couldn't have been happier. Good luck with everything.
Great people. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very glad.
Great time. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to disturb you. I just wanted to pop in. Okay, thank you. This is a Russian camera crew.
I know it is. Like
Okay, all right.
Have a good time.
Well, thanks a lot.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I think he worked it out.
How often in one's life can you stand up tall and proud and say, Donald, we gotcha?
Did you get fooled by current affair, Maury Povich's
in
program?
fact, they say it. See what happened. I must tell you, the guy was great. I have to admit. Now, he looked great, but I looked into the limousine which he was traveling, and there were 3 beautiful women with their legs stretched out, and I said, even in this country, that can't happen.
You wanted to say?
That was great. Did you love it? I just want to tell you, I just spent 4 days with Gordon Elliott, who's our reporter from Australia, that jolly Australian giant. I spent 4 days with him at the Berlin Wall to unleash Gordon. In the middle of this celebration, he goes on top of the wall, gets a pickaxe that you use for fires. He finds a pickaxe. He starts leading everybody in chopping down the wall. This is my reporter. Gordon now is going to lead them into the promised land.
Gordon is the guy who was next to the
Yeah, he
Gorbachev
was our
lookalike.
reporter.
Yeah.
The Australian accent.
When I left Gordon in Berlin today, I said, Gordon, are you getting out of here? Because I don't want any more funny stuff. He had taken East Germans on a tour of the red light district in West Berlin.
I saw the piece.
I mean, Gordon, he has got, I said, Gordon, what are you going to do? I said, because we got to go home. He says, look, mate, and he's got 2 huge spray cans. He's going to spray the current affair triangle and the home team colors on the wall and then leave.
Yeah. Well, let me get this in. I saw some of your stuff from Berlin, and I thought it was wonderful. I welcome, as a citizen, your platform of information, and I hope, as I know you do, that while we all ought to be criticized, no doubt about it, we'll take ourselves too seriously if we don't. I ought to know. I think an awful lot of good stuff is happening on these programs, and certainly you're leading the pack in this kind of alternative to the news. Well, you don't want them to watch you and not them, but together, what's wrong with the idea? I mean, it's we're supposed to be a pluralistic society. We ought to have more.
Look, we're not going to do Berlin the way long, thoughtful network news divisions are going to do it. We're not going to talk about reunification of Germany. That's not a current affair. We're not going to determine whether the Bundestag is going to vote on something. We're not into that end of it. And we're not into what George Bush should do, but we are into those stories of all those people.
You had a guy from East Berlin. Did you buy him the stereo? You must have. He had no money.
That's right.
So you took him into a store.
That's right.
And the guy went nuts for the stereo.
Yes.
East Berlin guy just came through.
A young couple who had come through before the last weekend, but you know, a couple of days before that, these two young East Germans taken in by an older woman who had been escaped after years of torture in East Germany 30 years ago, and she takes them in, and they had never been to a department store, they had never been anywhere.
Yeah, and he went nuts for the stereo, and he went back, incidentally. The guy returned home to East Berlin.
It was a boombox.
I got it. What does that mean? What is it?
It was a boombox,
Oh, a boom.
Those big.
Yeah, it's a big. Anyway, he was crazy about it. This audience would love to ask you a question.
You know?
The best part of the program is yet to come. We'll give this crowd a chance to talk.
Oh, my God.
To Connie, Chung, and Maury, Povich, and we'll be back in just a moment.
So you're having a baby. Well, learn key questions by sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to Baby, KNBC TV.
Shower curtains, comforters, tablecloths, pasta bowls, marked sheets, storage boxes, shoe racks, bathroom carpet, double boilers, terrier robes, cast iron skillets, down pillows, walks, director's chairs, dinnerware, picture frames, pepper mills. The largest store of its kind, with more of everything and 20 to 40% off everything, every day. Bed, Bath, and Beyond. Never before have so many found so much for so little. You'll find more for less at the 6 Bed, Bath, and Beyond locations in Southern California.
A lot of people call 1-800-DENTIST asking if there's an alternative to dentures. Well, now there is. Dental implants. Unlike dentures, dental implants are anchored into the jaw below the gum line using the latest in dental technology. You never have to remove them, and because they're fixed in place, they look, feel, and bite just like natural teeth. To find out more, call 1-800-DENTIST and arrange a consultation with the dentist who's been specially trained to do dental implants.
Friends, Romans, forget all that. Listen to these stupendous reviews from our musical comedy. A funny thing happened on the way to the farm. The LA Times called it entertainment with a capital E, a vivid form for the 90s. Bott, Bonham and Bailey, Bott, Abbott and Costello. The San Diego Union says there hasn't been such a fresh, bright, buoyant revival in years.
I like that.
Right. The Orange County Performing Arts Center presents A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Farm. Don't miss it.
Coming up on the next Donahue.
Can you get rid of crow's feet? What can you do for stretch marks?
What can doctors do to make a whole new you? Find out next Donahue. And coming up next on the Channel 4 News at 4, you'll hear Marlon Brando's impassioned plea for his son. The Mideast crisis causes airfares to soar. A live report on passenger reaction. And will workers walk the line? We'll give you up-to-the-minute details on the supermarket contract talks next on the News at 4.
Theta Phi Alpha sorority at Trent State College, and I'm the philanthropist for that. And we do a lot of charity work. And I was just wondering if you guys do charity work individually or together, and do you get a lot of pleasure out of it?
I think a little together and individually as well, right?
Yeah, we're not. I tell you, we have very strong feelings about charity work. We believe that's very private, and what we do as just private citizens. We're not on a lot of, you know, we don't like to lend our names to something that we can't support ourselves, so we don't do a lot of that.
I think the trouble is that with news people, if you lend your support to something, that once you cover the story that involves that particular issue, then there's the appearance that you're pushing your own cause. So we need to do everything very privately if we do support something that's worthy.
Hi, I'm a graphic designer. This is a question for Connie. I'm wondering if you have any comments about the graphic titling of your show and how it reflects your identity.
I love it. Do you?
I do. I like it very much.
I do too. Can we show them that? I think you have the best graphics on television.
Really?
I really think they're wonderful. But, of course, I'm hardly your art expert here. We'll show them whenever it's ready. It's in the... You got it?
Well, I'll tell you.
When you get it, you can show it. All right. Hang on one second.
Like
we'll talk about it. Let this young man ask it.
There are some that say that current affairs is just a little bit fantastic. Do you ever find that you have to put your foot down, or do you have no limits?
I do it all the time. My problem is whether my own people listen to me. I mean, whether they hear my foot. I
I have, I guess you can call it a pocket veto. If I say that I'm not comfortable with something, it won't go. But if you keep saying that, it's like crying wolf. I mean, you can't. I mean, you got to save those for important stories. If a story is too bloody, and I don't want to do it, it won't be done. But I'm not going to mess around because we do the 100th anniversary of the bra. I'm not going to put my foot down over that. I mean, I don't.
Well, Life magazine didn't.
Hi, this is for Maury or Connie. Connie, has there ever been a story that any of you haven't done yet that you're just itching to just really get your hands on?
Actually, I was dying to interview Marlon Brando, and then it happened. So now I guess I can retire.
You got them both. We see current affair graphics and Connie's as well. All right, roll this.
There's a tie-in.
Here's this. Watch this here.
Yes, there is a tie-in.
There's current. I mean, who wouldn't watch this? Watch this now.
Yeah, that is real good.
I'll
like
tell
that.
you this,
I like
I'd
that.
watch that show.
That's right. I'll tell you about it. There is a tie-in, though.
You know, they don't play on Ted Koppel with a saxophone, I'll tell you.
That's David Sanborn.
That's David, who's a
David Sanborn.
Totally great.
Yeah.
And that's...
And there's a tie-in.
The current affair symbol and the music and the sound, our first meeting when we first started this crazy show, we said we had to have a sound. 60 Minutes has the clock. We need a sound. So they sent out a couple of production guys. They came back with the swish of a golf swing and the old-time paper cutter in elementary school for construction paper. Those two sounds put through a synthesizer, and it comes up with a sound. And I said, what does that sound like? And somebody said, sounds like a ka-chung to me. And that's the name of it, after my wife.
Ka-chung.
It's called the Connie Ka-chung.
Yes, sir.
And a question for Maury. How much of what you program and what you air on the show is for ratings, and how much of it is because it's timely or because you think it's an important issue to be raised?
I don't think I can put a percentage on it. We did not do the Berlin Wall for ratings, obviously. We didn't get one. It was just a story that we felt we had to do. Sure, we do a lot for ratings, but I think we would have done it. What we have found out about the ratings is when we didn't get any ratings, we were doing these stories because they were zany, or they were just out of the blue, and that nobody was doing them. I think that's still the gut feeling. However, I will admit, here we are. We're doing the sinningest cities in America.
Great, I'll be watching. Let me just share with this audience something you may have already seen. I hope so. And I don't mean to embarrass anybody when I said I'm not trying to say, the show did not do well in the ratings. And America has to ask itself, after, all this stomping around, you guys aren't news, and you reenact, and you just titillate. Here she was, with every important hostage personality in the free and not-so-free world, giving a report that I found detailed, well-researched, well-structured, and it did include reenactment. Here is part of the report that Connie offered her viewers on Saturday night regarding the ongoing agony of the hostages. Roll the tape.
The hostages were released from their chains only once a day. It became a time for them to fight depression, a chance to go on imaginary journeys.
All right, Tokyo. We're in Tokyo. We're going out to dinner. For once, it's rain, and the air is clean, and there's nothing but neon, no matter where you look. Neon, neon, neon.
Occasionally, Terry would be the one who would take us on a fantasy walk in Tokyo, where he had lived for many years, helping us to see the sights of Japan, to imagine tasting the food.
You had sushi? Oh, you can have tonight. You can have tonight. We're all going to have sushi.
I was not particularly interested in sushi. I hadn't tried it. It wasn't something I was familiar with, but he encouraged me and others to have some sushi.
That's Weir. Now, there is a combination of reality, Weir,
Benjamin Weir.
Benjamin Weir, former hostage.
Yeah.
And reenactment. And my dear, the high priests of our industry are breathless with their condemnation of the news reenacting events. You have to ask yourself how you feel about this. If you can't tell the difference between reenactment and what's real, then, we got to wonder whether we're safe.
Ask this question. How many times since 1979 have we as Americans said to ourselves, I wonder what it would be like having to live in that torturous life. And here are people telling you what it was, and you're acting out what they say existed.
Right.
This is according to the former hostages that were there with Terry Anderson.
I shouldn't be so pompous myself as to suggest this isn't at least worthy of our controversial consideration. We ought to talk about it, and I'm sure you agree. Our problem, in my opinion, is that we're worrying about the wrong things. We have these great agonies underway within the news divisions of both print and electronic industries, and it looks like our nation doesn't care about the news. We are being told to present the news to a nation that's more interested in Madonna than Managua. In other words, we're all in this, in my opinion, and I'm giving myself permission.
I don't think that's really true. Yeah, you see, she's saying that. She's saying that's not true at all.
That's not true. Not all of us. We're very interested.
How do you explain the low-rated programs about the wall? Do you know that when Tom Brokaw interviewed Mikhail Gorbachev, Tom and Mikhail were beat by Kate and Allie.
That's embarrassing.
They came in third.
It's totally embarrassing.
I rest my case.
Yeah, but don't put the rest of us down for it, because we want you to continue doing what you're doing.
This lady had something to say, Phil.
Oh, she's a news reporter. It's depressing. I think we live with drugs and so many problems. We flew in from Michigan, and there was a 2-hour wait. Many of our people, because there was a shooting, 2 detectives got shot. And people are brought down, and there's homelessness, and I think people want uppers. And so I think we're interested, but we just need uppers.
But actually, the Berlin Wall was an upper, though, right? All of the celebrating at the Berlin Wall was an upper. I think Phil's point is that people are not watching.
Is what? My point is what?
Is that people weren't watching our coverage of the Berlin Wall, which was an upper.
I think that the problem is television saturates it so that every channel you go on gives you the same thing. And after a while, you turn it
on
off.
all the networks. You've got CNN. You've got a lot.
Yes, sir.
I just think once they opened the Berlin Wall, it wasn't really an issue anymore. I mean, you saw it on the news, and once you saw the news, you didn't need to talk about it. You see all that's on TV now.
I think a lot of Americans tear down this wall, and they did. I mean, what's a story? If this isn't a story, I mean, you're bored. In other words, you've seen 2 East Germans crossing after 28 years. You've seen them all.
They're partying and stuff. I mean, I mean, you go over there and see it like Maury did, but it's not really news anymore.
Yeah, bring on Jack Nicholson's Lover. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Well, that's sad because it seems that the people are just interested in the facts and not in the lives of the people and things that are going on. I think people want to hear the news.
I think it's a certain generation, too. See, I grew up. The whole map of Europe now is going to be changed, and this is just the prime example because the wall comes down. It's a symbol of everything. All of Europe, everything I lived through all of my life, most of you have lived through it. The history books are going to be rewritten now. Geography won't look the same. This is an unbelievable moment in history. I agree.
But wouldn't that young man like to know what will happen from now on? In other words, what it means for the future? Wouldn't you like to know that?
He's nodding with affirmation. Someday you'll be on a program that's longer and has no commercial interruptions, but it's not today. You'll accept my apology for this brief retirement for the business we do, and we'll be back in just a moment.
If you like nuts, you'll love the crunchy nut taste of Cluster's cereal. Only Cluster's, as delectable little nut clusters no nut lover can resist. Almonds, pecans, walnuts, and honey crushed into little nut clusters and mixed with crispy flakes. So if you like nuts, you'll love Cluster's cereal.
When the birds sing, when the bells ring, it don't mean a thing when I'm feeling blue. But the happiest guy in the world is me when I think of you.
Some values are worth remembering. FHP Senior Plan, the better value in quality health care.
5 S&L facts. 1. Savings and loan executives gave Pete Wilson $243,000, more than any other member of Congress. 2. S&L's paid Pete Wilson $9,000 in honoraria. 3. Pete Wilson voted against adding inspectors to protect us from savings and loan fraud. 4. Pete Wilson voted to hide the S&L bailout, costing taxpayers an extra $4.5 billion. 5. California can't afford a politician like Pete Wilson as governor.
There's always so much going on in Electric Avenue at Montgomery Ward. The hottest brand names with the best features and at great low prices. Just look at this. All GE is on sale now. Save on all GE dishwashers and ranges, all GE washers, dryers, and refrigerators. Like this 18 cubic foot model, only $499.99. All GE on sale now. Hottest brands, a low price guarantee. That's Electric Avenue. Now you're cooking. And make no payment till February 91 on all refrigerators and freezers at Montgomery Ward.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Linda Alvarez. Coming up on the Channel 4 News at 4, we'll see how U.S. troops get ready for combat by training in Southern California deserts. Meanwhile, Iraq adds 50,000 troops to its forces already in Kuwait. And this Mideast crisis has Los Angeles parents trying to reach their children touring in Israel. Plus, Stevie and Dell with the latest for worn-out knees. All the news at 4. Join us.
Farmhouse Pine Collection from Ethan Allen. The triumph of beauty over youth. Right now, there's a sale at your Ethan Allen Gallery.
And that's everything. Here's the card I picked out for you.
Shoebox greetings.
Don't worry, it's a Hallmark.
Happy birthday, sir.
Are you tired of all the sarcastic, mindless cards you've been getting, that joke about your age? That's not surprising. The sense of humor is the first thing to go.
Shoebox greetings. If you go for cards like these, you gotta go to Hallmark.
And now, at participating Hallmark stores,
Save the world. We may need it later.
shoebox sweatshirts. 3 tasteful designs.
I want it all. But I'd settle for some chocolate.
Just $7.95 each with any $5 Hallmark purchase. Only at participating stores listed in Sunday's newspaper.
There are only 2 times I feel stressed.
Shoebox sweatshirts. They fit the way you feel.
There they are. Now, well, your host has been somewhat self-indulgent. I happen to be fascinated by this whole argument in journalism, who's the news and we're not, and you're just,
That's okay.
trash.
It's a good argument.
Yeah. But I am under considerable pressure from the loyal, hard-working, outrageously creative people who put my program together to make some more inquiries about you two personally. This will just take a moment.
It's about our personal lives, a moment.
You met in 68
years and years ago.
Yeah, when I just got out of college. Actually, I was still in college.
And what was
I
he
was
doing?
working in he was a big star in Washington. He was anchoring the news and doing sports and doing a talk show similar to, it was called Panorama.
Yes.
You remember Panorama?
I do. It was a great show.
Terrific program.
Yeah.
And he was this big star, and I was an intern. I was a summer intern, and I would, rip wire copy off the machines and hand it to Mr. Povich and watch him type away and write really fast. And I would say, how can you write it so fast? How did you do this?
Yes.
And I'd get him coffee and all of that.
Just be a moment, Maury. Now, how much transpires before you see me? 78, 10 years? What? You didn't see him for a decade or something.
Yeah, 7,
She went to work
5,
at
6,
CBS
7
News.
Yeah, I went to work at CBS News in Washington, and then I went to Los Angeles.
And then I bounced around a lot and worked in Chicago and then went to Los Angeles. And my marriage my first marriage, unfortunately, had ended for all the reasons that should be laid at my feet in terms of putting my business in front of my family, which was just a stupid thing to do, but impetuous youth. That's the way it happens in this business. You get so absorbed in the business that you forget what life should be about. Right. Anyway, so I find myself in California, and I'm working at the same station Connie is at, and she's the star.
At 78, is this 1978?
Yeah, 77 or 78.
70.
She's the star, and I've just been
76.
bounced around out of Chicago.
Yeah.
You go to, you know, 77.
Yeah, so when did he kiss you?
Now, well, what happened
Do you
was...
want to know this or not? Come on, let's get on with this.
What happened...
It's an hour show.
What happened was that I ended up working with Connie at her Los Angeles television station, and after 6 months, and we had always been friends, and she was one of the few people I had even known on the West Coast, I get fired after 6 months, and now I don't even know whether I should be in the business anymore. I go to San Francisco, and I'm lost out there on the West Coast, and I think I called up one day and asked her out, and she took pity on me after all this time. Nice. And we started dating.
Right. And you had
7 years we did.
Yeah. Now you were you dated 7 years before you got married.
Yeah, and always in
6
two
years,
different
7 years.
cities. I mean, that entire 7 years was always two different cities. We never lived in the same city until well after we were married.
Yeah. You liked him right away, didn't you?
Yes.
No, she did not.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Let me show this to those of you who joined us late. Maury just returned. This is quite literally a piece of the wall. Did you just get back? I mean, are you off the international flight?
Today, yes.
Just now, just to come do your program.
Well, I am very flattered.
That's
and
true.
I thank Lufthansa or whoever got you here.
I can't even remember.
You're dealing with lots of time zones in your head right now. Well,
I'll tell you a story about that, though. Connie calls up. I'm supposed to, a couple of years ago, we're supposed to have a dinner date. I go home, there's a message. Connie says, sorry, honey, won't make it, on my way to Pakistan. I said, yeah, right, this is a real good excuse, right? She can't go home. And it was true. She just picked up and left on an assignment.
Well, that's one thing about being in our business. You know, we can't lie to each other. We either show up on television in Pakistan or we don't. So when he says, I'm going to Berlin, yeah,
well,
sure.
no, tell them what happened. You called up. You called up and said you couldn't come home tonight early the other night because
I was doing a special. Dan Rather was flying to Berlin, and I was asked to do an 11:30 special, 15 minutes, and so I did it. And I called home, and he said, guess what? I'm going to Berlin. And I said, but that's the difference when you're in the same business. You know, I say, great,
No,
I want to go too.
I just got her back
I said to my
for
boss,
Pakistan.
I want to go.
That's what I got her back for, Pakistan.
Well, this is an exciting way to live. We can only wonder how long anybody can tap dance like this, where the phone can ring in the middle of a nice candlelight dinner and you're off to some strange exotic place. Let me say that I am all of us who work on our program are very impressed with the way you attend to each other. You're obviously a very, very happy couple who, not unimportantly, love each other. And you have our best wishes for a long and happy life.
Aww,
and we'll be back in just a moment.
John Beard. In the news this afternoon, several developments today in the Christian Brando case, and actor Marlon Brando releases his pent-up feelings on his son facing murder charges. As U.S. forces prepare for possible combat in the Mideast desert, we'll show you how they train for that kind of fighting in the local deserts. Remember the spacecraft Magellan? Well, it's time to make it or break it as Magellan zooms close to Venus. We'll find out how it's going. And we're checking on the city's oldest employee, 62 years on the job at...
My mama told me you better shop around. Shop. Oh yeah, you better shop around.
Nordstrom? No. Close time.
I try to get yourself a bargain, hun. Don't be sold on the very first one.
Contempo? No. Close time.
My mama told me you better shop around.
Wet Seal? No. Close time. Close time. The latest fall fashions for much less.
You better shop around.
Just when your diet is going great, you get a craving. That old familiar urge. A snack attack. Break the cycle with the new Crave-Free weight loss program from Nutrisystem. Nutrisystem craving control snacks actually help you break the cycle of craving, binging, and gaining weight. Don't wait. Call Nutrisystem today.
Now lose all the weight you can at Nutrisystem for only $79.
As president of Schaefer & Sons, I've authorized Colton Piano and Organ to sell 600 new Schaefer & Son pianos and organs this week. Buy now and make no payments and pay no interest till January of next year. That's no payments and no interest till January of next year on any new Schaefer & Son Spinet console upright grand, Homer Church organ, and the all-new compact disc player pianos. Buy now and make no payments and pay no interest till January of next year, only at Colton Piano and Organ Supermarts, the world's largest.
Friends, Romans, forget all that. Listen to these stupendous reviews from my our musical comedy. A funny thing happened on the way to the farm. The LA Times called it entertainment with a capital E, a vivid form for the 90s. Bott, Bottom and Bailey, Bott, Abbott and Costello. The San Diego Union says there hasn't been such a fresh, bright, buoyant revival in years. I like that. Right. The Orange County Performing Arts Center presents A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Farm. Don't miss it.
Being apart so much, what do you do on your free time together?
Can I tell them?
Sure.
You
sleep a lot.
No, he plays his favorite profession is golf, Golf. He plays golf, and that's what we do.
You watch him going down the fairway, is that it?
Right.
Well, she comes out, she's starting.
I'll come out and play with.
She has one great rule: no practice swings.
Yeah.
I have a question for Connie. As a fellow newscaster, how do you feel the way the Jane Pauley leaving the Today Show has been handled?
Well, you know, here I am back at the NBC studios, and I feel it's nice to be. Phil does this at the NBC studios in the same building. When I walked in here, I thought about that, and well, you know, Jane has been so good about the entire situation that I think she's handled it really well. So I'm happy for her because I think she's happy that she's moving on. You know what I mean? I think she's got it all clear in her head, and I'm a big supporter of Deborah Norville as well. So it's just unfortunate that this situation was so sort of ungraciously.
Connie, do you plan to have children anytime soon?
You've been talking to my mother, haven't you? Did my mother put you up to that? She said, go ask her about children. Well, I mean, you know, we had 2 children from Maury's first marriage, and we really love Susan and Amy, and so it makes it easier for me if I want to just obsess about work. But I am, you know, I'm 43 years old, so it's pretty hard, you know, if I want to launch forward and do something as momentous as that. So, I don't know.
Do you feel that...
We'll talk about it later, okay?
Do you feel that because you travel so much and have so little time to spend together that maybe that adds to the romance?
I bet it does.
Well, probably. I don't
Keeps you
know.
energetic when you see each other.
Yeah, I mean, I was
creative.
According to what I hear from the audience, we all understand and we appreciate events like the Berlin Wall, and we also suffer when there's tragedy. But I think the trend today is towards entertainment. They want to know who you sleep with, what you eat.
Well, unfortunately, with public figures
how you
now,
enjoy yourself. That's the
that
type
what
of
you wanna
programs
know?
people want to know.
Is that what you want?
Why not? I'm curious too.
Why not?
Yes,
I'd like to know how you proposed.
Yeah, I would too.
well, it was one of those things where when she was in the mood to get married, I wasn't, and when I was in the mood, she wasn't. And I think what happened was we went away to Europe, I think to Italy, which is very good for that. And I think I proposed, and I thought she said yes, but I wasn't too sure. And when we came back, she wasn't too sure. And about 2 weeks later, she called me up and she says, we can get married now. I said, why? She says, because I found a dress.
This is directed to both of them.
I knew he was going to tell that story.
Both of you.
This is directed to both of you. You always, you know, have a special face for the public. But when you get alone, what do you really like?
This is it. We're
No,
pretty
actually,
much like
this is pretty much it, yeah.
She does good
Usually-
imitations she won't do for anybody.
No, but when we're together, I think I tend to clam up a little bit because he does talk more than I do.
Would the two
And
of
I
you
know- I
like to
just
work
don't talk-
together in the future?
Will we ever?
I'd like to, she doesn't.
Well, no, I'm a little concerned about what it would do to our marriage, our private life. You know what I mean?
Over here.
Because if you're out there together all the time.
Connie, do you consider Marlon Brando a recluse or from the interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He, you know, he never comes out and talks to anyone.
Except, of course, when you know who asks him to. And we'll be back in just a moment.
The great thing about Reynolds Wrap is it's the one wrap you can depend on to protect your food in the freezer. Nothing works like Reynolds Wrap.
I love the sound of the rain.
And I love the taste of your fresh brewed coffee.
Thanks, but it's not fresh brewed. It's new Tray Cap.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going and going.
It's Nisei Week in Little Tokyo. See our famous parade August 19th at 3. Join us for our 50th year.
Happy birthday!
You lied! I can't believe you do this to me.
Jordache Basics.
Stop it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, right. And I bet I don't matter either.
Nothing happened.
Everything happened. Breaking up, aren't we?
Don't do this.
Over.
Fine. Hi.
Ortho has beds. Brass beds, iron beds, country beds, designer beds, funky beds, day beds, modern beds, bunk beds, canopy beds, New England beds, custom beds, sleigh beds, European beds, elegant beds, traditional beds, Victorian beds, kids beds, novelty beds, metal beds, Art Deco beds, pewter beds, heart beds, wood beds. In other words, Ortho Sleep Centers not only has mattresses, but more beds than anywhere else.
Whenever news happens.
A gas pipeline has exploded in...
Roger, roll.
An oil tanker spilled on...
Wherever it breaks.
Soviet leader Gorbachev.
Tragedy in Tiananmen Square. Mexican drug traffickers arrested.
Whatever it takes.
Major earthquake has rocked the San Francisco...
Explosion aboard the Iowa.
Sound of new freedom. Channel 4 News. Southern California's first choice for news.
Hello, hi Connie. Really enjoyed your cameo on Murphy Brown.
Oh, thanks.
Any more acting in your future?
Just for their husband.
Right.
Yes. Yes, sir.
This is for both Connie and Maury. Yeah. In 5 years, if you could control your destiny, what would you like to be doing? I mean, you'd like to be still top-rated, making a lot of money, but...
I'd like to be holding my wife's hand just like this, and I don't care what I'd be doing other than that.
Service provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
I love Baskin-Robbins.
Baskin-Robbins Sundays floats and shakes. You'll love them with our ice cream. You'll love them with our frozen yogurt. Now there's more to love us for.
Dulcolax has it. The other leading laxatives don't. Only Dulcolax has a comfort coating designed to protect your stomach. Comfort-coated Dulcolax.
The Drake offers an exciting weekend in New York at a special price. The only Swiss hotel on Park Avenue. For reservations, call 800-DRAKE New York or 212-421-0900.
Yes.
Being celebrities, you must get a lot of people who come up to you.
The preceding program was pre-recorded.